So this is going to be an interesting video. I was doing a lot of research into this for a while, and even though this is very simple to understand, but it's like the conclusions that people can jump through when they read this stuff, it's really mind-blowing, like, how many people really don't look at it like this. I've never really looked at this until now. The universe is infinite. Everything is infinite, but that's not what I'm here to talk about here. Not the size of the universe, but rather what dark matter is. You see, a lot of people, scientists, cosmologists, astronomers, pretty much just people that study, space, or stuff in space. I think it's rather interesting that, when you talk to a lot of people, whether they're a scientist or not, just on this subject, people will tell you that dark matter pretty much makes up majority of the universe and everything else beyond it. So, parallel dimensions, all these different things. Matter, everything is made of matter, but most of the matter that exists is dark matter. A scientist will tell you that dark matter is not a hypothetical, but it's like a sort of material. So it's like, in other words, it's like it's there, something is there, but it's like no one knows how to really perceive it, meaning like they don't know what it looks like. So you look at that and you think, well, okay, so we know that majority of the universe, even though, again, not talking about the form of the universe, but it really begs the question, though, when you see dark matter in outer space, it's there, because it's dark, obviously, but it's what does it really look like? So when you really look at it, I've seen a lot of people argue it doesn't have a definitive shape. It's kind of like liquid. You pour it in a container and it just takes up volume, but it doesn't have a definite shape. It's just whatever the container is. So for example, a glass, so the glass can be just like this. You fill it up, fills up the glass, and if it goes over, it just overfills. Makes sense. So it's kind of like, when you hear people talk about the universe, they say it doesn't have a definite shape. It's just infinite. It's just there. Makes sense. I can understand that, because everything's infinite, and you could go whatever way. You could go this way, that way, and it's just held together by gravity somehow. Or maybe it's not. Maybe it's floating away somewhere, all the material. So it's really interesting to think about, what is dark matter? Because, again, there's so much of it. Majority of the stuff makes up it, but it's when you really think about what it really is, though, it's the most common thing in existence, but it's no one really knows what it is, though. They can't see it. So it kind of really makes you wonder if, life is really just a dream, if the universe even exists. Do we even exist? Sort of. I mean, I want to say yes, but it's at the same time, it's you look at dark matter and you just look up at the stars and all that, and it's that stuff's older than we are, and it's where did it all come from? It's really interesting. Because if we can't, first of all, in order to answer that question, we have to answer, how can we perceive it? We need to find some way to be able to translate light into it, but at the same time, or be able to, identify it, in a way that, it can dismiss colors. Because that's another thing that's really interesting. We need a way to be able to find out what this looks like, and then be able to make conclusions from there. If we can do that, then it'd be you would know you would kind of have a better understanding of what the universe really looks like, even though it's infinite and all that. But it's you can identify, or better yet, we could find stuff that is in the universe and understand that better than stuff around, here. So dark matter, it's a substance that exists. If we could figure out how to contain its essence, essentially we have renewable energy just by using dark matter. But it would have to be how is it that the Earth, because the Earth orbits in space, so the Earth pushes itself into the, you'd have the Earth orbiting, whatever, I don't remember if it's clockwise or counterclockwise, around the sun, and the sun's moving, but it's everything in the universe is moving, it seems even the universe is probably moving, if I'm not mistaken. It's too big to really rationalize that, but it kind of seems like everything else is moving. The sun moves, the galaxy moves, the galaxies move, and it just seems so Earth, you could have dark matter even on the planet Earth, not just in science labs, but so you have the ozone layer and all that, And then, you know, when the Earth, like, pushes, like, because it accelerates really fast in space, like, you know, like, all the dark, you know, there could be dark matter that's falling into Earth right now, and we wouldn't even know it. I'm sure you could find small amounts somewhere, but you know, a scientist could very well. It's just really interesting, like, a scientist, if they could just somehow make sense of what dark matter is, we could understand, like, the origins of life. And I guarantee you, whoever can figure this out will definitely win a Nobel Prize one day. It just really, you know, what can we use that can accurately define what this is? Because again, you know, dark matter makes up a lot of stuff. But if we don't know what it is, then we're really looking at, like, everything like it's an illusion. So it really begs the question, you know, what are we really looking at here? What does this look like? And what does it make up? Because if you think about it, dark matter and dark energy, it's just an illusion, but it's something is there, though.